Goulash. Mom made this a lot when we were kids. Mostly she just took some hamburger meat, some sauce, maybe some macaroni, and whatever she could find in the fridge. And I'm not sure if she even used paprika or not. But it was called goulash, and it kind of looked like sloppy joes. That's what I thought goulash was. Well, then I had a great experience a few years ago. I found this little restaurant in a strip mall in St. George, Utah, run by Chef Imi. Looked pretty good, about 5 tables. I went in and found out that Imi was a very famous Hungarian chef. Chef Imi left communism in Hungary a few years ago and came to America. His restaurant is now one of the most popular restaurants in Utah, and one of the magazines even rated it the best in Utah. He's expanded to this wonderful new location. God bless America and Chef Imi. Congratulations, Chef. And Imi gave me his recipe, or at least some of it, and told me how to make authentic Hungarian goulash. Guys, this is one of the best things I ever tasted. Well, then I learned that Hungarians went to Texas. Here's the book, The Hungarian Texans. I'd like to imagine that those Hungarians went down there and kind of fused some Texas stuff with their goulash. And I took a whack at it here, and I think you're going to love this dish. Authentic Hungarian goulash with a Texas twist. You're going to love this. This is really delicious. Okay, let's get started here. The first thing we got to do is get a really good piece of meat, and I cut it into little cubes and doused it down good with flour and mixed it up. Put some salt and pepper on it. That's the first step. Now, there's 5 ingredients for good, authentic Hungarian goulash. Number 1, a sliced red pepper for color. Number 2, a sliced green bell pepper. This adds color. And a purple onion sliced up, even more color. I think color is good in cooking. It really helps stimulate your appetite and add so much flavor and enjoyment to the experience. Now, I sliced up some mushrooms here. I like portobello, but you could use any kind of mushroom. And then, of course, the goulash in most dishes that I like would not be complete without some garlic. So some fresh garlic cloves, crush them down, peel them, and mince them up real good. Now we're set to go. So let's get some spices on here. Number 1, 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. Number 2, 1 tablespoon of Texas ancho chili powder. Doesn't have to be ancho, but I think that has more flavor. And now we begin the fusion of the Hungarians and the Texan. Some cornstarch to help thicken this up, and some Better Than Bullion. You could use regular bouillon, but I like Better Than Bullion mixed with a little water. 1 small can of tomato paste, and a secret Texas ingredient, which I'm going to show you a little bit later. That's what's going to fuse the Hungarian and the Texans together. To get started now, the first thing you got to do is get a big cast iron skillet, get it heated up, and put some olive oil in. To that, add some butter and bring this to a nice sizzle. Now put this floured up meat in there and then add the minced garlic to it. That's going to toast in there and add to the flavor. Get some tongs and turn it over a little bit. Let's add the mushrooms and now the purple onion. Add red pepper, green pepper, stir it up a little bit, very gently. Hear that sizzle? When you hear that sizzle and see all these things come together, you know we're on the right track here. And now, the smoked paprika, the ancho chili powder, some tomato paste in here, remember that. let's take this bullion here that we've mixed up with a little water, and let's put that in. And another little thing I like to do is put some heavy cream in here to kind of give this a very nice, creamy, silky texture. It's going to add so much to this recipe. Some cornstarch to thicken this up just a little bit. Oh yeah, I didn't forget the secret ingredient. Green chilies. That's right, green chilies plus chili powder makes this fusion just perfect. So let's get that in here. While all this has been cooking, I took some Amish egg noodles here. These things are really good. And I added those into a big pot of boiling water for about 15 minutes. Then I drained them, put them back into the pan, put them onto the dish here, and then of course, put this wonderful goulash on top of those noodles. Guys, this is about as good as it gets. Texas, Hungarians. What a great match that was. Those Hungarians knew what they were doing when it came to food and cultivating Texas. Hey, this is really some good stuff here. Remember what I always say, a clean kitchen is a happy kitchen. And this is a very happy kitchen. Bon appetit, adios, and yum, yum. For a written copy of this recipe, be sure to visit mamamabelsboy.com.